to La Entrevista. My name is Böhulá, and I will be your host. We have a very special guest today, Biëtáa Niima Jen Tyes. Biëtáa is originally from Buffalo, New York. She holds a bachelor's degree in computer science and a master's degree in management information systems. She's a military veteran and a volunteer EMT. Biëtáa is a published author of 3 novels, 4 short stories, and a contributing author in 4 anthologies. Biëtáa also has created Mommy and Me Storytime, a brand that publishes books that she and her children create. Today, she is here to talk about her new book, Count in Ëtyö. Biëtáa, welcome.
Hello.
Oboyalo.
Oboyalo.
How are you?
Nilele. Patu. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us. So 4 years ago, you talked with Ëtyö magazine about how you and your son were creating a counting book for the Bubi language. And now this book is a reality. Basako, congratulations.
Potu. Thank you.
So back in time and tell us how this book came about.
Okay. Well, it started with my desire to know what my African roots were. My mother, she took the African ancestry DNA test, and we discovered that our earliest maternal DNA came from the Bubi people of Bioko Island. And of course, armed with this information, I had to go to the internet, look. And unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of information out there. But then Resplendence Language Arts came about, and I saw they were offering a class in the Bubi language. And so I was like, oh, Ëtyö, I have to do it. So I learned so much information under Inta Bolekia. And with that, I had my favorite sentence, Nasosa Ribuku, which means I am reading a book, because I read every day. And later down the line, I learned that Ososa also means to count. And in trying to teach my children and grow with them in the Ëtyö language, counting, it stuck with my son. And so the book, Count in Ëtyö, is about our journey together.
Beautiful. Why is this book important to you? What do you hope it'll accomplish?
Well, Count in Ëtyö is important because I do not want our language to become lost. I remember that sense of discovery and then that deflation when learning there was limited resources out there. So my hope is that my book and the other books in Ëtyö that discuss our culture and our language will help our people to grow and learn and get deeper into their roots.
This book is nice and big. It's nice and big, easy to read, and it has some really nice illustrations in here. Could you tell us about the writing style of this book?
Well, I wanted to write something that was made for children, but also accessible for adults learning a new language. And it's a blend of educational storytelling as well as conversational teaching. Learning a new language is very difficult, and especially here in the United States, multiple languages is not the norm. So I wanted to create something that introduced some of the complexities of the Ëtyö language in simple metaphors and repetition.
Okay, now I would like you to talk about your Mommy and Me Storytime brand, okay? This is a project where you and your children create stories, okay? So was there any moment that something happened that caused you to start this? And then how does it help you and your kids?
So the Mommy and Me really started on a lazy Saturday afternoon where I took printer paper, folded it in half, and then wrapped construction paper around. So I still have some of them.
Okay.
My children, they were 7 and 3 at the time. And we literally laid on the carpet or the rug in the living room, and we wrote and illustrated stories together. And it was just a moment where we shared our literacy journeys together. I got to bond with them and help them to really grow in their reading and writing. And when I decided to publish some of the stories, I was hoping to grow them more in their confidence in their reading, writing, as well as their creativity. And so now they are growing and thriving. My son, he is in the process of writing his own graphic novel, writing
Oh,
He's
nice.
finishing 7th grade at a college freshman reading and writing level. And my daughter is finishing her sophomore year in high school with 3 college credits as a dual enrollment student. So the Mommy and Me was really a time for us to bond together and to increase and improve their literacy and in their journey. And it really gave us an opportunity to grow together and for them to become better. And I believe that fostering that literacy early and consistently really helped them to be more confident in their skills. And Mommy and Me really stands for that parent and child relationship growing and learning together and creating those bonds that last through creativity and literacy.
So how does your son feel about the book now that it's here?
He has so many ideas. He actually, and Mommy and Me comes to play, he actually helped me with the very first iterations of the story. And he had ideas about the illustration, especially after they were all finished. He had all these extra ideas about how he would have done it differently.
Okay.
So I asked him, would he provide some illustrations for the translation of Ëtyö's book, When Stories Were Told in Africa, to just contribute, and we'll see how it goes. He wants to do his own thing, and hence why my name is on this cover. He didn't want to have ownership of this one, but he likes to contribute in the background. So I'm hoping to get him more involved in his culture.
Okay, nice. Now, I hear that there's a song that's associated with this book. Are we going to have the pleasure of hearing that song at some point?
I love that song. It was something that I can still start with my son and he'll count with me, which it's one of those brain worms, right? It just sticks in your head. And so now that the story is finished, I do have ideas. I think it would be amazing to maybe see the song illustrations to the song. And so it's in the back of my head. So
okay, well, we are waiting for it to get in the front of your head and out here so we can hear that. So now I want you to tell everybody, how can they purchase your book?
Okay, Count in Ëtyö. It's available on my website, jentyes.com, but it takes you to the link on Amazon. So it's available on Amazon. All you have to do is search Count in Ëtyö, and it will be the first one to pop up.
Okay. Okay, well, Biëtáa, thank you so much for being the first guest on La Entrevista. And I want to thank you for making this book a new resource for Ëtyö teaching, for the Booby community, and everybody in the world. So thanks again.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this time.
So thank everyone for joining us today, and we'll see you next time on La Entrevista.